Strong, fearless, dedicated, committed. There are no proper words to appropriately describe what makes a firefighter great, but if there were, these would constitute some of them. Firefighting is one of the most rewarding and proudest traditions when it comes to serving the community. Every year, fires take the lives of our loved ones and destroy our property. A firefighter's job is to assess the situation, save the people in danger, and eliminate the fire to the best of their ability. My name is Lindsey Enns, and I wrote the book Black Fire, which is about 2 fire captains that died in a house fire, and it inevitably changed the Winnipeg Fire Department forever. They implemented a lot of changes after the fire to make the fire department better because of it. I actually come from a family of firefighters. My grandfather was a district chief, and my father is now a captain of the Winnipeg Fire Department. So it's like always sort of been a part of my life, and I wanted to learn more about it. And my father was actually supposed to be at that fire that night, so something could have happened to him as well. I actually interviewed 5 out of the 6 men who were inside the house when the Black Fire occurred. All my interviews are around 3 or 4 hours long with each firefighter, and what I took from those interviews is just how this still affects them today, even though it's been 5 years. It's still really something that they want to discuss, and but it's still something that's extremely emotional for them. Basically what I do is I waited until I was finished all of my interviews, and I sort of broke down everyone's story, and then I just tried to do the best I could in terms of building a timeline for it, and then separating each chapter and making sure each chapter had a focus. My favorite part of the book is probably chapter 3, which is a timeline of the Gabrielle Roy fire, which was the fire that the 2 captains died in. It was also the toughest chapter to write, because just compiling all of those 5 men's stories into one timeline was extremely difficult, because some of the firefighters were unconscious during the fire. So taking what they said and then taking what people who were conscious during the whole fire said and trying to just compile that into one story it was just very difficult. I had to redo it a bunch of times so that I could make sure that any reader could read it and that it would make sense. I had my book launch on February 25th at the Firefighters Historical Museum. It was a great location to have the launch because it sort of connected to the book in the way that it symbolized all the different changes that the fire department has gone through in terms of all the old equipment that they showcased there. And it was also a great way for people to come out and see those things, as well as sort of learn that that is still a part of our history, and it is something that exists in our city. A lot of people don't even know that that museum exists. So I think it affects them in a way that this is a story that is a big part of the Winnipeg Fire Department's history, and it's never been told in this way. It's never been told through the eyes of the firefighters that were there. And I think now that it's actually written in a book, it's something that people will be able to read and reflect on in the future, because this is something that no Winnipeg firefighter will ever forget, and even Canadian firefighter. It's a fire that is known nationwide, and it's something that every firefighter thinks about when they attend a fire.
Together we can be strong, and we will find a way if we unite our hearts today.